Greetings. And I is going to break down the content of one of the greatest spoken word poems to ever come out of the island nation of Jamaica. This is called Canon by Anthem Greatness as well as Melchizedek Freeman, his alter ego of light. And also this is a part of his upcoming album, Orient's Ex Occidentalux, which translates to a light rising in the west. Zane? Love. So the artist starts out by saying, as I make speech and the wise take heed, fools try to silence me. And there is also a quote that conveys a similar truth that a lot of intelligent, intellectual, wise people have been silenced so that fools won't be offended. So the artist is saying these fools don't want to hear wisdom. Solomon said wisdom cries out in the street, but the fool's ears are not. The artist then says, but what is freedom of speech when the elite keeps the people's minds hostage? So why speak? Why should we be crying out for free speech when the people's mind is not free? It doesn't matter how much we can talk if the change doesn't happen inside in the mind, there is really no freedom. The artist then says, OJ, we need freedom of thought, but on second thought, they could never keep Tehuti in captivity. So Protege was at one point in one song saying about them freedom of speech, we need freedom of thought. So I'm saying, OJ, we need freedom of thought. Who is Protege? Protege's right name is OJ. OJ, we need freedom of thought, and because thought sounds similar to Thoth, Tehuti, the Trismegistus, Enoch, thrice great, the god of knowledge, wisdom. I'm saying, OJ, we need freedom of thought, but on second thought, they could never keep Tehuti in captivity. I mean, could you lock up somebody that awakened, The poet then says, so as the lying celebrities keep promoting their capping levity, I stand strong like Live Up from Billy B. Live Up was a so-called Don from Jamaica as well, who was very vicious for justice and for, right levity. So as the lying celebrities keep promoting their capping levity, their lying lifestyle, their deceptive lifestyle, I stand strong like Live Up from Billy B. The poet then says, not many are real, I keep it 100 though. Maybe that's why Garvey is alone on the $100 note. Zane, because the bills that were issued, I think in 2022 by the Bank of Jamaica, the new Jamaican dollar notes, Marcus, the $100 note is the only bill, the only paper bill. Well, a bill is a paper, the only bill that doesn't have more than one national hero or past leaders on it. It's the only one with only one, and that's Marcus Garvey. All right. The artist then says, what's the difference between a monkey and a pope? And then he says, only one of them know it's not a goat. And of course, it's not the pope, it's the monkey. Because he said that, because goat in that context would mean greatest of all time, like, an egotistic stance to take. And the pope tend to think, each pope tend to think he's the ruler of the world. He can write the Bible, rewrite the Bible, and change the laws of Christianity and that type of stuff. So he says, only one of them know it's not a goat. What's the difference between a monkey and a pope? Only one of them know it's not a goat. But as a juxtaposition to also defend the pope, he says, but if I may speak freely in your honor court, why would Kobe Bryant be humble when he's on the court? I mean, this is the place where he's best, dexterous or most adept at what he does. So, like the Pope, why would he be humble when he's on the court, Meaning, why would Kobe Bryant be humble when he's on the court? Because, that's what he does. The poet then says, to be wealthy but unhappy, that I can't afford. And if he said he's to be wealthy, and then he says he can't afford something. So that was called also a very poetic way of expression, to be wealthy but unhappy that I can't afford. Some believe that fame and fortune will cost your soul, but every time you see me, I'm walking alone, meaning I am not a part of any group. I'm a part of the group that doesn't want to be a part of any group. He then says, I am at war with the world until they call me home. Archangel, the ark is in my middle name. Son of Nehemiah, we rebuild in Jerusalem. Yes, so the artist is always saying that he's at war with the world and at peace with himself instead of being at peace with the world and at war with himself. So he's at war with the world until they call him home. Our Archangel, the Ark is in his middle name. So we do believe that a lot of great artists are actually archangels sent here to help humanity. And he's saying son of Nehemiah because his father's name is Conrad Nehemiah Neville. So son of Nehemiah because Nehemiah was a part of the three prophets that rebuilt Jerusalem in the Bible. He then says, tell them your mother name, Sharon Yvonne Carmichael. She carry an angel here because Car is Jamaican language of a carry. So Carmichael would be saying carried Michael. So Sharon Yvonne Carmichael, Carmichael, she carried an angel here. Demons incinerated, Noah flames not tame, and Noah was a part of the floods of him. So Noah flames not tame was also poetic. Yes, after saying that, he then said, wildfire upon your Game of Thrones, the sage no play. And this TV show, Game of Thrones, they had something in there called wildfire as well, that they used to create catastrophic fires that, destroyed ships and so. Now, after saying the sage no play, he then said, and since Naruto is Japanese for hurricane, because Naruto is sage heart, so he connected the sage to Naruto. Naruto has sage heart, if you're familiar with the reference. And he said, since Naruto is Japanese for hurricane, they say word is wind, but mine still are called the rain. Zane, so they say word is just wind, but my words call the rain, because people can say things and rain will fall because of what was said. That exists as well spiritually. Then he said, the more me rain, the less them shine. Now my offsprings ate. So the more me rain, not the rain as in shower, but rain as in I'm the king, I'm reigning, the less they shine. The more I shine, the less they shine, because I'm so far ahead of them. The more me rain, the less them shine. Now my offsprings ate. I'm a son them, but love and hate can never cooperate. So because he said the offspring ate, the more me rain, the less them shine. Now my offsprings ate, I'm a son them, because the less them a shine. So I'm a son them. But love and hate can never cooperate. Then he said, that's Dennis Brown. My skull is 7 trillion pounds. Heavy is the head that wear the crown. Steady is the meds. Steady is the brain that makes me sound. Zane, blessed is the men who make me know. The men who teach me, bless them, Jah. Because no wisdom should be hidden from a wise man. But fools see the clues and still deny facts. Even if you put the truth in the pupil like an eye drop, their views will behoove you to recognize that. Once their third eye lock chat because I blind that. Zane, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. We exist on the same plane, captained by different pilots. So when you're looking for a pit for your cock, I'm in the cockpit with a female co-pilot. Empress Menin always have Selassie eye back. Tunnel vision, too bright for fire, wild shot. Now the youths make meds rasta, pastor get boycott. Now Dr. Brown, which is a psychiatrist, want to give Iman a psych shot. She could get a back shot. 2 Vibes Cartels. Try that, because Vibes Cartel has a song named Try That. So I'm also saying pussy, Dr. Brown, try that. Zane, which is a female. And when we see her, she get a middle finger. Fuck you, I'm quite mad. Because in Try That, Vibes Cartel says, I wanna fuck you like a middle finger. So when we see her, she get a middle finger, I'm quite mad. Yes, I'm quite mad. Made absolutely different. Quite mad. Mother in advanced divinity. Quite mad. Master of all dimension. Quite mad. Made as dread. Quite mad. Messianic and dominance. I gave them 5 abbreviations or acronym for mad. Alright? Yeah. But this would have been too long for me to do the complete thing. But basically another great part of it is when he said some of them said them want to move and can't move when them are not even a plant, them are animal. But what will happen when an immovable object and an unstoppable force makes a collision? You can cancel me out and stay your mouth when I realize that I'm the one. Yes, I'm the one like Neo. But niggas be acting like a lady and still can't think like a man. You see me? So that was a beautiful piece of poetry, because if an unstoppable force and an immovable object collide, they usually say it will cancel out. And Neo was a part of Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, the song with Jennifer Hudson, Rick Ross, and Neo. So check that out. Mind Canon. Bye.